Hi, I'm Cass, and welcome to my first ever reading journal setup. I had been thinking on and off about trying to do a reading journal. At first I tried to incorporate reading journal type spreads into my bullet journal, but that didn't really work out, so I wanted to do a journal dedicated to reading. And my friend got me an Archer and Olive journal for Christmas, which is my first ever Archer and Olive journal, and so I just knew that I had to do something special with it, so I'm making it into a reading journal. So in this video, I'll be setting up my 2022 spreads, which I have no idea what exactly I'm gonna do. I haven't sketched it out yet because I literally just got this journal, but I am so excited to use this journal and excited to see how my spreads turn out, so let's go ahead and hop into the video. All right, look how gorgeous this journal is. I'm literally in love. So my very first page is basically just saying, hey, the journal belongs to me, do not take it. And this sticker I have is actually from Peppercut Studios, run by Jillian Doodles. And it is a Bakugo in Cyndaquil, which is a My Hero Academia mixed with Pokemon. I love that sticker so much, and I didn't know what to do with it, and so I decided that would be such a fun sticker to put in the beginning of my journal. And then I'm just writing my name, and then we get started on my cover page for 2022. Now, I wasn't sure what exactly I wanted my theme to be for my reading journal, for the beginning pages at least, and I ended up going through all of the stickers that I've purchased from Etsy, and I actually settled for my own stickers that I designed over on Oakleaf Arrow Studios, and I used my medieval weapons sticker sheet throughout the entire spread. So that was very exciting to use my own stickers. I've never actually done that in my own spreads before. So very exciting, like, whoa, I designed this and now it's in my journal. Super cool. So as you can see, I just put a dagger stabbing through 2022 and then a sword on the bottom right corner before coloring in 2022. Now my color palette for this month was greens and browns. And as for the Tombow codes, my lighter brown is 992, the dark brown is 977, and then the light green is 228, and the darker green is 158. Threw in some washies, added a border, and called it a day. And moving on to the next page, which is my Goodreads goal, or just my reading goal in general. And so up at the top, I wrote read 85 books. And then I did a whole bunch of, I guess, 3x3 squares. And I stuck in a little arrow sticker underneath, as well as a bow and arrow sticker in the opposite corner. And then I got to work with doing all these little tiny boxes, which is really cool to see sped up because it looks like it took no time at all, but it really did. I cannot count. I somehow ended up with 92 boxes instead of 85, but maybe I'll read 92 books next year. I doubt it, but maybe. Then on the next page, it's my books to read in 2022. So this is kind of just like a landing page for either new books coming out in the year that I want to read, or just books that I've had on my shelf for a while that I really want to actually read in 2022 that I've been putting off. I kind of wanted just like a general, like I can dump whatever on this page. I threw in a bit more washi tape and then colored in the letters. next page is my books bought, and I have a spear going diagonally through the lettering, which I really like the look of. And yeah, I have actually 2 full pages here, and then I have another page that I saved room for. I just like stats, and so I wanted to see how many books I buy in a year and what months that I buy them in. So I just wanted to make pages that were dedicated to that. So that's what I'm doing here. I added a drop shadow on the bottom right just because the page was looking a little barren. And then my quote page. This is a quote I kind of just made up myself, and it reads, "There is no such thing as too many books. I just don't have enough shelf space." And that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I have 2 IKEA Billy bookcases, and I really want a third one because I just have stacks of books on my floor. However, I told myself that I wouldn't buy a 3rd or 4th bookcase until I move out. That way it's easier to transport the bookcases because they're already going to be really difficult to move. And another thing I wanted to note here is that the style that I drew the little bookcases on were very light, dainty, and as well as the coloring, very light, very not filled in all the way, and that was inspired by Julian Doodles. I just wanted to mention that. It was very fun to do that, very quick, very easy, but it still looks really good. Then I have my reading tracker, which is essentially just a big, massive grid of all the days in the year, and then I'll just color in the boxes if I read that day. Yeah, I messed up a little bit, but I whited out in a second here. It just took forever to do all those lines, but it looks really cool, and I can't wait to see it all filled in at the end of the year, which is like my favorite part about journaling, is not just creating it, but then also getting to see how it turns out at the very end. I have the months listed on the bottom, and I'm actually going to fill it up from the bottom to the top, which is a little backwards than what I feel like people would usually do, but I don't know. And this spread was inspired by Mochi Bujo, and I also wanted to mention that a lot of these pages were also inspired by Plant-Based Bride and Journal with Chloe. I really enjoyed setting up this reading journal because it felt like when I first started bullet journaling, like I had no idea what spreads I wanted to do. I had to look for a bunch of inspiration and watch a bunch of videos, and I did it very simple and basic. And I was like, wow, this literally feels like I'm brand new to bullet journaling again, except for it's a reading journal. So I just went with that feeling and had so much fun just setting up these pages. And then my very last page, which actually has 4 different full page spreads, which I didn't do yet. I just did the first one, and it says books read in 2022. I have the little arrows on the side, and this is where I'm going to print off the book cover, and then underneath I'll write the number of stars that I rated it, which I'm really bad at rating books because I usually give 4 and 5 stars, because if I really enjoyed it, it's 5 stars, and if I kind of enjoyed it and it was pretty solid, I'll give it 4. And then I usually don't rate anything below a 3 unless it's like really bad. This is the final look at my very first reading journal starting in 2022. So excited to fill these out and use it and create spreads and to start like making reading journal videos. Like, I'm so excited. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the outro. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the very end. It literally means the world to me. If you like the video, please do give it a like, and also leave a comment below. I really want to chat with some people. Let me know your reading goals, or if you're doing a reading journal this year, or just let me know your thoughts on my spreads. And if you want to see more bookish and some more bullet journaling or reading journal content, then please do consider subscribing. It's a fun time. I have a lot of fun making these videos, and I hope that you're able to get some inspiration for your own reading journal or bullet journal, or just reading in general. I don't know. But that's gonna be all, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Toodles!